David Morgan with you at the Silver and Gold Summit in San Francisco, California. Bob Carrington to my right, Newrange Gold. Quite a story. I met Bob, months ago, not less than a year, I think, and got on the Newrange story. I think we gave it some ink of what we call honorable mention, but we've got him now, so we're going to quiz him on Newrange Gold. Bob, welcome.
David, thanks for having us.
I hope you're enjoying the show so far.
Been a very good show so far.
So let's start at the top. Where is Newrange Gold, and how far along is your project?
Well, Pamlico, in terms of modern exploration, is a very early stage project. The district was originally discovered about 1884, and by 1886 was shipping very high-grade ores directly to the mills on the Comstock lode. Some of those ores were reported to have assayed as high as 220 ounces a ton. That would be almost 8,000 grams. The project today we've completed 40 reverse circulation drill holes in it. We just this week received property-wide air magnetometry, radiometrics, and gravity surveys. We are currently incorporating those with our geologic mapping and geochemical sampling. And all that information will be released as we get that modeled and put together. We have released most of the 40 holes from our first and second phase drill programs. We still have about 10 holes in various stages of preparation at the lab. Those numbers will probably be coming out in January. So we're a very early stage exploration project. We've had tremendous success, as I believe you're aware, David. We have individual drill intercepts up to 340 grams a ton. Very large intercepts of what we consider low-grade mineralization, up to 75 meters at a 3-gram average, which most people don't consider low-grade, but everything's relative.
Yeah, let's explore that a little deeper. You know, our subscriber base is anywhere from fund managers all the way down to the, minimum retail investor that's interested in the sector, and they think more in ounces per ton. So you're talking about an ounce per ton gold, which is extremely rare these days. And one of my philosophies taught by the great Dr. Peter McGaw is, grade is king, and I really believe that. I mean, when you have high grade, you have a lot of margin. And if you go to the Morgan Report and look at Archie's rule, it's well explained. So, Bob, let's talk about 3 grams. There's a lot of mines like Newmont that some of their projects are like in the 1 gram per ton range. And if you do the math on 1 ton, you're looking like $40 a ton, $45 a ton. That's not much money to make money on. I mean, there's a lot that goes into hauling that ton to process it. So 3 grams is better than 1 gram, obviously 3 times as good. But I also consider that low grade, to be honest with you. So far, can you give us kind of a feel for the high grade versus the 3 grams on the project so far?
Well, Pamlico is a fairly unique system in that we see these large halos, if you will, of stockwork style mineralization. Stockworks are just kind of a spider web almost of mineralized fractures and small veinlets. These surround multiple high-grade structures. We've currently in our drilling identified 5 very high-grade structures. The largest and highest grade of those so far is what we term the J zone, where we did get that 340 gram intercept. And we're seeing intercepts that are typically ranging anywhere from 3 meters up to about 29 meters, in the neighborhood of 25 to as high as 98 grams. Excellent. And when you start getting 18 and 20 meter intercepts of 3 ounce gold, it's very significant. The real positive aspect of the morphology of the mineralization is that this big halo of low-grade mineralization surrounding these extremely, almost hyper-grade structures. We have the ability to adjust our cutoffs to where, regardless of whatever happens to the gold price, a project like Pamlico would be the last man standing. Mm-hmm. And historically, if you look at most of the low-grade or low-cost producers, in 2000, when gold was a $200 4-letter word that nobody wanted to hear about, the big mines that were really making the money were all high-grade underground mines. The Midas mine in Nevada, El Peñol in Chile, just because they have to move very few tons to make an ounce of gold.
So let's talk about share structure, shares outstanding, institutional following, that type of thing. So what's your shares outstanding right now?
As we sit today, we currently have 65.3 million shares issued and outstanding. We just accelerated the conversion of a bunch of warrants. We'll bring in $1.1 million from that. That will add approximately 9.6 million shares to our issued and outstanding. So we'll wind up with approximately 75 million shares issued and outstanding. The company will today has fully diluted about 90 million shares.
Do you have any institutional follow at this point?
Some. We have one fund out of Holland that's following us, but that's really about it.
Sure. Well, at this stage, that makes sense.
Yeah.
What about management? How much of a position?
Management and key shareholders control about 70% of the issued and
Really?
outstanding. Management holds almost 10%, and our major shareholders, we have a number of large shareholders that hold about 10%, right at the 9.9% level. And they're all very supportive of the company. They're long-term shareholders and tend to top up whenever they get the opportunity.
Great, yeah, and that's really how I found out about you from one of them. Name will be kept private. So, what's the treasury look like? What's your burn rate?
Well, our exclusive of budgeted items like drilling and field work, our standstill burn rate's about $20,000 a month. Very, very low compared to most other companies. Everybody in the company does work on a piecework basis. So when it comes time to really pull the purse strings in, we can do it at a fairly dramatic level and do it very fast. The drilling, Pamlico enjoys a tremendous operating environment. Nevada, of course, is a very pro-mining state. We have a lot of infrastructure, a lot of support, a lot of contractors there. Our all-in drilling cost, including supervision and assays, is about $45 a meter. That's because we're drilling reverse circulation. We will be adding a core component to that, but that'll only be about 10% of our drilling. And the reverse circ provides a very good sample and done properly. A lot of people prefer core, but that's simply because they're regurgitating what they've heard in the bar.
Interesting. Well, let's explore that a little bit because, I'm not a geologist, but I know RC is cheaper. I'm not against it. To me, what I've been taught in the bar is that you do RC till you've pretty much mapped out what you need. Then you go in and do diamond drilling just to get an absolute provable, core result that you can verify or whatever.
Yeah, and a lot of people prefer core for the increased structural information you get. You can actually see the faults and fissures and all that. And that's an important aspect of that. But modern technology allows us to actually film the drill hole with oriented photographs. And so we can actually tell very accurately what the true direction and dip of the structures are. And even with oriented core, you cannot do that. So with some of the modern technology, basically it's a televiewer system where we literally run a survey tool and a camera down the drill hole that takes oriented photographs. Each frame, literally on a centimeter by centimeter basis, is oriented so that you know exactly what direction those structures that you're filming are oriented. You can tell what the dip and strike is. You can see the widths, you can see the alteration, and ultimately you wind up with core quality data out of a reverse circulation hole. What I really like about reverse circulation over core is the much larger sample size. With reverse circulation, we're drilling a 5-inch diameter hole, and 100% of that goes into the sample. With core, you typically are drilling, at Pamlico, we're looking at drilling PQ core. So we'd be drilling a 4.5-inch diameter hole, but most of that is the kerf for the core bit, and that winds up in the mud pit. So you're really drilling a 4-inch diameter hole to get a 2-inch diameter sample. and then you pay some guy a minimum wage to cut that sample in half and claim that that's representative of your deposit.
Really, thank you for the enlightening. In fact, my speech today is on, the technology that's changing the mining industry, and I learned something new. I didn't know that, because almost everyone that we're dealing with presently is doing, diamond drilling, and now, to me, going back and repeating, I don't want to waste too much time, but, it's RC until you got, a good idea what you've got, and then you spend the extra money to do it. But that is very enlightening, obviously a better way to do it, and it's technology.
Cheaper. Well, it's technology, and it's a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
And this is really technology that came out of the oil field and engineering firms, that your big engineering firms like Golder and Associates have all gone to this televiewer system oriented core.
Awesome.
And so, and the companies like Newmont and Barrick are all using this technology, and it's now making its way into the junior companies. There's several other juniors that are using the same system. Golden Predator up in Alaska is using it. White Gold is using it, and obviously we're using it. And so I think as more and more people learn about it and learn how to use it to their advantage, it has the ability to really change how we drill deposits. We'll be able to use RC, get core quality structural data, and enjoy the much larger volume of the RC drilling, because the RC drilling provides a sample that is over 7 times larger than your PQ diameter core, and very few people drill PQ. Most of it's the smaller H core.
Yeah, very interesting. Well, Bob, it's been an enlightening conversation. Is there anything we haven't talked about that you'd like people to know about Newrange?
Well, there really is a lot. We've kind of digressed onto the geotechnical aspects of things.
Sorry.
The Pamlico district is a very high-grade district, as I indicated at the very beginning. And today we're exploring an exploration area we call Pamlico Ridge. It's a 2.7 kilometer long zone that is dotted with historic mine workings from the 1800s. And the area we're drilling constitutes less than 1% of the total property. Our goal for 2018 is to move out along trend dominantly on Pamlico Ridge, and primarily to the southeast, where we see outcrops with historic samples up to 628 grams. That's roughly 20 ounces of gold. So, hopefully we'll be able to find some of that in our drill holes, and that'll provide a lot more excitement. The Pamlico Ridge Zone is one of 5 major targets on the property, and it's actually the second largest target zone on the property. The largest target in aerial extent is what we refer to as our East Zone, and that's actually a belt of platform carbonate sediments, very much like some of the platform carbonates that host the Carlin type systems. We haven't really done much work on it. There's no historic drilling in there, almost no sampling. And the little bit of sampling we've done, we see outcrop samples along altered mineralized structures in the limestones that grade up to 5 grams in outcrop. So very, very interesting system. And long term, that carbonate sequence, that sedimentary sequence of rocks, overlies the same volcanic rocks that are hosting the high-grade mineralization that we've been drilling in the Pamlico zone. So it, even if the sediment-hosted system doesn't pan out, we have an excellent target at depth for similar high-grade mineralization. And there are, as I indicated, 5 other similar volcanic-hosted targets that we have to get around to on the property. So it's a big project with a lot of very interesting upside.
Yeah. Bobby got me excited, and further educated, which I always enjoy. So thank you so
David,
much.
Thank you very much.
Hello, I'm David Morgan, publisher of the Morgan Report, and as some of you may already know, the Morgan Report is about money, metals, and mining. In fact, we cover all resources, from rare earth elements to precious metals. I've been publishing on the internet for about 20 years. My primary passion is to help people build and preserve their wealth. I love to make people millionaires.
I've helped thousands of people via our research in the Morgan Report, which has thousands of paid members and 10 times that amount on our free weekly updates. Here's what you'll receive from our free newsletter: to-the-point webinars, weekly analysis of the financial markets, interviews and our conference schedule, special reports such as riches and resources, and various metals price forecasts. Our paid service client base is primarily small to medium-sized business owners, professionals in the industry, or the seasoned investor who understands markets and the value of precious metals. My area of expertise includes equity analysis throughout the resource sector, energy metals, base metals. We cover startups to billion-dollar corporations. We focus on a special sector that makes money regardless of price oscillations, and the importance of precious metals due to the ongoing currency devaluations. Our team of 3 analysts and support staff can help you build and protect your wealth. It's important for you to know what other people have said. We're passionate about what we do. High integrity and trust. Tell the truth and own it. If we're wrong, we admit it. Take a long-term outlook with major assets, and bet a little to win a lot with speculative situations. If you choose to become a client, you will gain financial insights very few, even professionals, recognize. You'll understand the importance of honesty in our financial system. You will understand how the money system influences almost everything in your life. You'll be prepared for the ongoing currency crisis. And finally, I've chosen to make my life's mission greater than the individual, which means my mission statement is to teach and empower people to understand the benefits of an honest monetary and financial system. It's been a great journey so far, and the best gains in this sector lie ahead over the next 3 to 5 years. I'm fortunate to have earned the status of being a leading authority in my field in helping others protect their wealth. You can email me at support@themorganreport.com or call my office at 480-325-0230.